7th graders today. We're really excited. We've been working on this project for the last month and a half, and we've done a lot to make this as realistic as possible, as per the TV show.
Yeah, so again, let's make sure that we are on our best professional behavior, and there are scholarships to be awarded and won today. So we are really excited to welcome our panel as well. And Mr. Bardsley will introduce them in just a second. I do want to let you guys know that you need to be watching me behind the panel of judges today. I'm going to tell you when your time is up. Remember, you have 2.5 minutes to present. When your 2.5 minutes is over, I'm going to do this. And when you have 1 more minute, I'll say 1, and this is wrap up. Okay, so definitely look at my hand signals for that.
Okay, so as a result of the T-Bird Foundation, we were able to put some scholarships together, and some of our judges are here, and they'd like to introduce themselves to you guys. Start with you, Mr. Steve.
Steve Strickland, owner of Strickland Plumbing.
I'm Laura Stevens. Steve Strickland and I both represent the Thunderbird Foundation. We're really excited about this. This is a great opportunity for you guys, so just let us see what you got.
I'm Brandon Stevens, and I farm in this area.
And I'm Chris Clifton, and I'm not really sure why I'm here. I'm going to learn from you, but I have had 30 years experience in small business development. I've had about 9 states in the Southeast, and my last tour was corporate real estate director for Entrepreneurship Corporation.
All right, without further ado, Group 1, you're up.
Well, we're going to make the next generation of sports. So we're going to add a sensor to football shoulder pads, like right on the arm, and it's going to take how much you sweat and your body temperature.
The reason why we created this is because parents are more worried about their kids when they're getting onto the football field, they're getting hurt and stuff, and they're just trying to prevent people getting dehydrated. So our shoulder pads are going to tell the temperature, and they're going to it's going to take up sweat so that it'll send it to our iPad.
And it'll show the colors of your body temperatures. Like if it's green, you're good to go and you can keep playing. If it's yellow, you can stop and take a break. But if it's red, you need to stop and take your shoulder pads off and get a good break.
I think people around us, we know your kid, he's in 2nd, 3rd grade. He'll be able to play Pee-wee sports here pretty soon. And I think it would be safer, you'd feel more safer if he had our shoulder pads. Or Mr. Strickland, in all your 20-something years of being a Pee-wee coach, how many kids do you think's been dehydrated since?
I've seen quite a few in my time.
Would you think our shoulder pads would help them?
Yes, I do.
In order for the sensor to work, it had to be under here to touching your skin. And if the temperature's too high, it goes straight to this right here, and the coach will know instantly.
I think that's about it. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. How will you transmit that signal from the shoulder pads to the iPad?
We had an app created, and the shoulder pads have to sync into our app, and it'll send the message to them.
So you have a transmitter in the shoulder pads then?
Yes.
To send that signal? Okay. And did y'all do patent search on that?
Yes.
Sweet. I saw them that tells you how fast you can run things like that, and I never thought about that.
That's a great idea, guys.
So,
I like it.
obviously I've never played football. Do you wear a shirt under your, so if that has to touch your skin, where would it go?
We're going to have the sensor kind of right here where it's closer to the skin.
I think you can still go through the shirt. Yeah. It's a great idea.
It's great. I like it.
Very good. Lots of demand for that, I think. Did y'all look at that, man? Yeah, big time.
Good job, guys.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
BAVCAM. BAV stands for Visual, Audio, and Vitals. I'm Malia Murray from Bingham Lake. The usage of the BAVCAM is to capture pictures, videos, temperature, and the vitals of any living organism on and off land.
The features of the BAVCAM include Wi-Fi compatible 32 gigabytes, Bluetooth, vital collector, and taking pictures while video.
The BAVCAM is an updated camera for zoology that is used to help protect the animals and the people handling the animals too.
The vital feature of the BAVCAM is used to measure the sonic wavelength that comes off from the heartbeat of the animal.
The thermal vision is used to capture the temperatures of any living organism and the habitat around it. It is also used to determine if the temperatures are hazardous towards the animal or if it's safe environment for the animal.
This camera will make a huge impact on the world of science.
And also continue to keep every living organism safe from all harm, including us human beings, and produce magnificent studies. We've come up with a website, and we have up here where you can actually purchase one of our cameras, and we have the interviews and our commercial on why we should.
And we also have a contact with us page, so you can contact us if you have any questions about it or concerns with our camera. Do you all have any questions?
On your market, are you looking at large animals first as being the primary market?
We're actually ranging from the smaller animals to the larger animals. We're testing them out on smaller animals to make sure it's effective, and then we're going to transfer into working with larger animals.
Do you have any competitors? Did y'all look at?
Other camera marketers, they don't have the features that we have. We have the vitals feature, which is to capture the vitals from the sonic wavelengths produced from the heart of the animal, with a sensor inside of the camera on the lens. So we really don't have much of competition because no one else has come up with the idea.
You have a cost on this?
$1,500. Around the normal average to produce a camera is about $1,200. So we were looking to make some kind of profit off of it, and since we have the extra two features that no other camera has, we decided to look at that.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I must have missed something. Is the camera going to be attached to the animal itself?
No, it's handheld.
Oh, okay.
It's for any type of zoologist or marine biologist or anybody veterinarians working with animals. And it's also waterproof, so if you happen to go underneath water to get the vitals from an animal underwater, say for instance a shark, it takes a lot of medication and hazardous medications to sedate an animal, especially with that large of an animal, to sedate it and keep the distance where you're safe. So we've come up with this camera to help.
Is it shoot? I'm
Sorry.
I mean, how does it do that?
Yeah.
It has a sensor in the lens, and it's the heartbeat gets off sonic wavelengths,
Okay.
especially throughout the water.
Okay.
It's really easily detected whenever the animal is inside of water, so it bounces back in between you and the animal, and the sensor reads the sonic wavelengths and records them.
Once you develop a patent, would you be willing to sell the product to a company like GoPro and back into another product?
Yes, sir.
All right, time.
Good afternoon, Sharks. My name is Brock Smith, and I'm a co-founder of Do It With Me, everybody. Put your hand up. Gym Industries. It's a wonderful company now worldwide for its amazing mobile applications. All right, so I'm going to let Jimmy, the man behind the vision, tell you more about it.
And this is our app. It's a college app that helps kids and students, or maybe even higher ages, for college. College is this hard process to do. It's very stressful to go on. We did it so you can get through any part of the process. Like for you to find a major where you already know what you want to do, or you can go through colleges. So you can go to certain colleges that you want to go to and you already have a plan.
All right, so I already know the answer to a few of this, but raise your hand if you have kids. Raise your hand if you're going to have more kids. That's what I thought. All right, so how many of you have your kids went through the college process yet, or are about to be going through it? All right, was that a stressful experience for your children?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so how would you like to have an app that would help them get through it if they don't know whether to find their major or to find their college? You think that would have helped them out a bit? What about you? Do you think that would help them out a bit?
I think so.
All right, so the application is available on the App Store and the Google Play Store. It's $1.99 to download, but can you really pay for your children's future?
So on our thing, we have our market is for kids and things like that. But if you look at there's people say that maybe there's other apps in the market that are maybe a problem. And you can see here, we compared a few apps and put them in a chart so it would be easy for you to understand what was the differences. Here's our app, College Comp, and College Board. College Board doesn't have SAT, it's only SAT specific. So ACT, people like us, wouldn't be able to use it.
And doesn't have an app either, so that's what we're headed.
Novins is for big companies to buy or schools to buy. Someone like me can buy it personally myself. College Advisor. It was yeah, you couldn't find a major. You could do from just starting out. You couldn't find you couldn't help find a major. For like it, there was it was SAT specific as well.
So as you can see, we've taken everything that someone may want, application or website, to help find their college, and we've added every aspect in. You could say that we're the one that finally got it right. Is there any questions?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Will there be any ongoing charges for the app? So it's just $1.99?
$1.99.
One and done.
One and done. And you can re-download it later if you like uninstall it, then you want to go
Right.
back to the process.
How often would it be updated?
Just whenever new information comes in about colleges, you know, maybe do it about monthly or maybe weekly.
You have 5 categories up there. Do you see possibilities of algorithms that will give you more category choices? Like how schools
We
are
talk about
ranked?
expanding more to like scholarships. That's
Yeah.
another hard process in scholarships. And it was the school that you chose and expanding it that way.
Whatever, you know, but the more information we get, the easier it gets to help kids. Or we always want to add it. We're out to, you know, help kids and young adults that are interested in college. Any more questions? Well, thank you for your time. Thank you.
So we developed a music production software known as Whiteboard Producing. We're the latest producing software for production of music. I charge about $3.99 per month, kind of like Netflix. You just pay by the month as you go. And we developed a prototype software to give you a feel of how this will look.
As you guys can see here, here's our loading screen. We're finna pull you up to the main page. Okay, so what you got here on your main page of the screen, you got your turntables, you got your mastering track, and then also you got your audio.
This is where you can start a new project or open up one that you previously.
right back at you now. Okay, so here's our feature page, and as you see here, you got tons of options. You got another mastering track, and you got your keyboard, which what that means is you can customize your own track, your own beats any way you want. Because some of our competitors, such as GarageBand and Fruity Loops, have limited supplies, but we have unlimited supplies. And as you see here, you got plenty of loops right here. Plenty of loops if you want to fill in a sound or something. And you can choose any type of sound on your keyboard. You can go from a grand piano to a West Coast synthesizer.
Do y'all have any questions?
Yeah, are you a musician?
Yes, sir.
Play guitar?
No, so I produce and make beats.
Cool.
And write.
Okay, gotcha.
On GarageBand, as far as a competitor, you know what they charge?
They come pre-installed on every Mac, but they are very basic and simple.
And are you aware that they can import external music or beat sounds or background? And is that going to be an application that you're going to compete with?
Well, I think so.
Okay. That's good enough.
Any other questions, please? Anybody from the audience, please? Any questions?
Hello, we are studying at Central. I'm Casey Brewer. Hi, Chris. I'm Dakota. Our idea for our application was designed to make people focus when they're studying, mostly students. What happens is you go into the interface, and when you do, you pull up whatever it is you want to study, and it locks down. It has, of course, we come for emergency situations in which calls for. You have emergency override, you have an emergency auto reply text, and they can say it's an emergency and it unlocks. And as well as the lockdown system provides for no distractions when they're studying. So they can't get on Facebook, they can't goof off, they have to study. And we added parental controls as well in case whoever's paying for the phone decides that they want to make them study for this amount of time, make sure they're not goofing off.
And right here, here's some basic study apps like Quizlet, My Flashcards, and My Study Life. But with our app, well, with these apps, you can just basically go out of that and get on your social media and text people, but with our app, you can't.
Now, going based off of that, you're probably wondering what all these buttons are for about the different classes. Well, if you click on one, like history, for example, it pulls up some history information that you would go to. It would also show some websites like EDU or websites that you can trust and that are reliable for school systems. If you couldn't find anything in one of those, we also have another one for websites over here for another one. And also with music, some students can't do it with all the peace and quiet, so they have to have some music to keep them going and keep them studying. And then we have the timer for how long you want to study or how long your parents make you study for how long you need to.
The problems we look to address with this app are grades and test scores, along with focusing with other students. Any questions?
Have you thought about incorporating some dialogue with teachers on actually course criteria, books that need to be read, test results, pending test questions, sample test questions, anything like that?
We have a contact system with your teachers that you assign their email address, and when they email you, they can send whatever it is you want to study. They pull it up on the browser, and then you can lock it down.
And you said earlier the phone, but you're actually talking about the app that goes on any phone. Okay.
What'd you call this? I missed that. It's called Stay Tuned.
Stay tuned.
And what will be the cost? $1.99.
Any ongoing charges?
For us, there will not be a charge, but for people, they pay once and they got the app.
Okay.
So what makes yours different is that it can't be interrupted,
No,
right?
unless a parent is calling you, like if a parent calls you for some emergency, it'll send you a text that that you can send to this phone to override it so that you can get to your emergency of what happened or what's going on.
If it's just a random text, it's not gonna come through.
Yeah, and it has to be a certain.
That's why we have we don't have it on here on our diagram, but we'll have a button for contacts that would show who that you need in case like mom, dad, and some other family members in case that it goes on.
Good
Good
job.
Another great idea.
Here, take over mine.
Hey, what's your name? Brandon Stevens. What's up, buddy?
All right, zoom in
Are you
on
just-
them in the screen.
Okay.
You're just recording them.
How many of y'all are bow hunters or family bow hunters? All right, lose your ears all the time, don't you?
That's right.
Okay. Me, I know myself, I'm not Robin Hood, but I'm not that bad. But I do lose my arrows, you know. You shoot a deer, shoot it in the butt one time.
Austin Tatum. Brandon Stevens.
Austin.
Thank you for letting us introduce ourselves. We are the founders of the Ref Remote. The Ref Remote is being passed to you right now, and it is developed to eliminate communication errors between the ref and the scorekeeper. So if the ref makes a call and he whistles a signal to stop the clock, and the scorekeeper's over there minding his own business, not paying attention, and he doesn't get the clock stopped on time, that's what this is for. Our referee will be in control of stopping the clock on time. It can also add points to it with these buttons to the left and right. Click home, add points, away, add points. By double tapping home, you would change possession arrows to home. Double tapping away, you change possession arrows to away. We developed this because of our own experiences of having those type of communication errors. And we have a brief little commercial that we'd like to play for you.
Are you tired of the miscommunications between the ref and the scorekeeper? Ever wonder why the scorekeeper just can't get it right? There's no need to fret about it anymore. Introducing the Ref Remote. The remote that eliminates communication errors, saves games, and saves money.
Ref Remote disables conflicts, makes it for players, and enables ref control.
Hi, I'm Austin Taylor, former professional referee, and I'm the co-founder of the Ref Remote. Now, the Ref Remote is unlike anything on the market. It can control the entire scoreboard, just from the ref's hand. It works in volleyball, baseball, football, basketball, and even soccer. Invest in the Ref Remote now. We guarantee you won't be sorry.
Thank you for viewing. Sorry about the small technical difficulty. But now to show you.
To start, the Ref Remote, we was gonna try to go to Pee Wee first to see if it works, see if the refs like it, and then go up to middle school, high school, and then go to the JUCO colleges, and then go up by there and try to get to the professional level.
There's about 740 high schools in Arkansas, and we sell about the 30% of it. The cost is $20, and we got a deal. Like you buy 4, you get the 5th one half off.
And a little demonstration. Say the ref makes his call. Bam. He's starting the clock, makes the call. He's able to start it, stop it with this right here. And if you guys have any questions.
Yes. Do you think this is going to take away from him making a call? I mean,
no, we have it.
Worried about
We have it where AAA will have to put in this type of training in order to do this. and that would make it where he wouldn't be too worried about calls, because he has 2 different officials with him already. We have the lead ref with a remote in his hand.
So are all scoreboards compatible?
Yes. And to add on to that, the scoreboards that are out there right now are costing around $300 to $400.
You said $20 each.
Yes.
Did you get a cost of production? Do you have any idea on the cost of production?
Right now, we're trying to sell it for $20 because of it costing around $15. So we're trying to sell to a third of the schools in Arkansas. So we're manufacturing and we're putting them out there to all the schools that we can.
Yeah. Did you go to China? Did you price anything out of China, or is that
Oh no,
just
it's all here.
local? Gotcha. You can produce in China for about 30% of the cost. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
In your experience, is the clock the main concern?
With us, the clock is the main concern, but we also had it where it can control the entire thing.
Right.
Because that would make
But
it a little bit more volatile.
Your referee is not going to have access to your official scorebook the way your clock keeper will. Is that a concern as far as matching what he thinks is the score to the official scorebook?
What ours will do is he's keeping track of the score as it's going along. He doesn't necessarily have to check it, but we cannot prevent human error.
Sure.
We can ensure that our device will not create an error.
All right, time.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to make the next generation of sports. So we're going to add a sensor to football shoulder pads, like right on the arm, and it's going to detect how much you sweat and your body temperature.
The reason why we created this is because parents are more worried about their kids when they're getting onto the football field, they're getting hurt and stuff, and they're just trying to prevent people getting dehydrated. So our shoulder pads are going to tell the temperature, and they're going to it's going to take up sweat so that it'll send it to our iPad.
And it'll show the colors of your body temperatures. Like if it's green, you're good to go and you can keep playing. If it's yellow, you can stop and take a break. But if it's red, you need to stop and take your shoulder pads off and get a good play.
I think people around us, we know you have a kid, he's in 2nd, 3rd grade. He'll be able to play Pee-wee sports here pretty soon. And I think it would be safe, you'd feel more safer if he had our shoulder pads. Or Mr. Strickland, in all your 20-something years of being a Pee-wee coach, how many kids do you think's been dehydrated?
I've seen quite a few myself.
Would you think our shoulder pads would help them?
Yes, I do.
In order for the sensor to work, it had to be under here to touching your skin. And if the temperature's too high, it goes straight to this right here. And the coach will know instantly.
I think that's about it. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. How will you transmit that signal from the shoulder pads to the iPad?
We have an app created, and the shoulder pads have to sync into our app, and it'll send the message to us.
So you have a transmitter in the shoulder pads then to send that signal? Okay. And did y'all do pack search on that?
Yes.
I saw that it tells you how fast you can run, things like that, and I never thought about that.
That's a great idea, guys.
So,
I like it.
obviously I've never played football. Do you wear a shirt under your, so if that has to touch your skin, where would it go?
We're going to have the sensor kind of right here, where it's closer to the skin.
I think you can still go through the shirt. Yeah. It's a great idea.
Great. I like it.
Very good. Lots of demand for that, I would think. Did y'all look at that, demand? Yeah, big time.
Good job, guys.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Go up by there and try to get to the professional level.
There's about 740 high schools in Arkansas, and we stand in about the 30% of it. the cost is $20, and we got a deal. Like you buy 4, you get the 5th one half off.
In a little demonstration, say the ref makes his call. Bam. He's starting the clock, makes the call. He's able to start it, stop it with this right here. And if you guys have any questions.
Do you think this is gonna take away from him making a call? I mean,
No, we have it.
Worried about.
We have it where AAA will have to put in this type of training in order to do this, and that would make it where he wouldn't be too worried about calls, just because he has 2 different officials with him already. We have the lead ref with the remote in his hand.
So are all scoreboards compatible?
Yes. And to add on to that, the scoreboards that are out there right now are costing around $300 to $400.
You said $20 each.
Yes.
Did you get a cost of production? Do you have any idea on the cost of production?
Right now, we're trying to sell it for $20 because of it costing around $15. So we're trying to sell to a third of the schools in Arkansas. So we're manufacturing and we're putting them out there to all the schools that we can.
Yeah. Did you go to China? Did you price anything out of China, or is that
no,
just
it's all here.
locally? Gotcha. You can produce in China for about 30% of the cost. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
In your experience, is the clock the main concern?
With us, the clock is the main concern, but we also had it where it can control the entire thing.
Right.
Because that would make
But
it a little bit more volatile.
Your referee is not going to have access to your official scorebook the way your clock keeper will. Is that a concern as far as matching what he thinks is the score to the official scorebook?
What ours will do is he's keeping track of the score as it's going along. He doesn't necessarily have to check it, but we cannot prevent human error.
Sure.
We can ensure that our device will not create an error.
All right, time.
Are you looking at large animals first as being the primary market?
We're actually looking ranging from the smaller animals to larger animals. We're testing them out on smaller animals to make sure it's effective, and then we're going to transfer into working with larger animals.
Do you have any competitors? Did y'all look at?
Other camera marketers, they don't have the features that we have. We have the vitals feature, which is to capture the vitals from the sonic wavelengths produced from the heart of the animal, with a sensor inside of the camera on the lens. So we really don't have much of competition because no one else has come up with the idea.
Do you have a cost on this?
$1,500. Around a normal average to produce a camera is about $1,200. So we were looking to make some kind of profit off of it, and since we have the extra 2 features that no other camera has, we decided to come up with that.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I must have missed something. Is the camera going to be attached to the animal itself?
No, it's handheld.
Oh, okay.
It's for any type of zoologist or marine biologist or anybody veterinarians working with animals. And it's also waterproof, so if you're having to go underneath water to get the vitals from an animal underwater, say for instance a shark, it takes a lot of medication and hazardous medications to sedate an animal, especially that large of an animal, to sedate it and keep the distance where you're safe. So we've come up with this camera to help.
Does it shoot? I'm sorry.
Sorry?
I mean, how does it do that?
It has a sensor in the lens, and it's the heartbeat gets off sonic wavelengths, especially throughout the water. It's really easily detected whenever the animal is inside of water, so it bounces back in between you and the animal, and the sensor reads the sonic wavelengths and records them.
Once you develop a patent, would you be willing to sell the product to a company like GoPro and back into another product?
Yes, sir.
All right, time.
doesn't have an app either. So that's what we're ahead.
Novance is for big companies to buy or schools to buy. Someone like me can buy it personally myself. College Advisor. It was yeah, you couldn't find a major you could do from just starting out. You couldn't find you couldn't help find a major. Like it was SAT specific as well.
So as you can see, we've taken everything that someone may want, application or website, to help find their college, and we've added every aspect in it. You could say that we are the one that finally got it right. All right, is there any questions?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Will there be any ongoing charges for the app? So it's just $1.99?
$1.99.
One and done. Okay.
One and done. And you can re-download it later if you like uninstall it and then you want to go back.
Right.
How often would it be updated?
Just whenever new information comes in about colleges, maybe do it about monthly or maybe weekly.
You have 5 categories up there. Do you see possibilities of algorithms that would give you more category choices? Like how
We're talking about expanding more to like scholarships with that, that's another hard process to get scholarships. And it'll sit where the schools that you chose and expanding it that way.
Whatever, but more information we get, the easier it gets to help kids. We always want to add it. We're out to, help kids and young adults that are interested in college. Any more questions? Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Good job, bud.
You got your turntables, you got your mastering track, and then also you got your audio.
This is our load products page. This is where you can start a new project or open up weapons for
Alright, so this is our share page. So any music production app you have, you can always export it to any kind of social media or software. And any project you make, you can export to iTunes, SoundCloud, Facebook, Tumblr, or Twitter.
And then this is our frequently asked questions page where up at the top you can search for tutorials on how to do it, and then down here you can click on it. There's our tutorial page. This would be a video, and then over on the far side that would be an article about it. And then if you go back to the frequently asked question page, you can come down here, and it is fully customizable. Like you can pick different skins. Up at the top you can see a little bit of the skin that we've already chosen. But these are the different ones that you can pick from. You can also upload your own.
Sorry about that.
I'm right back at you now. Okay, so here's our feature page, and as you see here, you got tons of options. You got another mastering track, and you got your keyboard, which what that means is you can customize your own track, your own beats any way you want. Because some of our competitors, such as GarageBand and Fruity Loops, have limited supplies. Well, we have unlimited supplies. And as you see here, you got plenty of loops right here. Plenty of loops if you want to fill in a sound or something. And you can choose any type of sound on your keyboard. You can go from a grand piano to a West Coast synthesizer.
Do y'all have any questions?
Yeah, are you musician?
Yes, sir.
Play guitar?
No, sir. I produce and make beats.
Cool.
And write.
Okay, gotcha.
On GarageBand, as far as competitive, do you know what they charge?
They come pre-installed on every Mac, but they are very basic and simple.
And are you aware that they can import external music or beat sound or background? And is that going to be an application you're going to be with?
Well, I think so.
Okay. That's good enough.
Any other questions, please? Anybody from the audience, please? Any questions?
Thought about incorporating some dialogue with teachers on actually course criteria, books that need to be read, test results, pending test questions, sample test questions, anything like that?
We have a contact system with your teachers that you assign their email address, and when they email you, they can send whatever it is you want to study. They pull it up on the browser, and then you can lock it down.
You said earlier the phone, but you're actually talking about the app that goes on any phone.
What'd you call this? I missed that.
It's called Stay Tuned.
Stay tuned. And what will be the cost?
$1.99.
Any ongoing charges?
For us, there will not be a charge, but for people, they pay once and they got the app.
Okay.
So what makes yours different is that it can't be interrupted,
No,
right?
unless a parent is calling you, like if a parent calls you for some emergency, it'll send you a text that you can send to this phone to override it so that you can get to your emergency of what happened or what's going on.
But just a random text, it's not gonna come through.
Yeah, it has to be certain.
That's why we have we don't have it on here on our diagram, but we'll have a button for contact that would show who that you need in case like mom, dad, and then some other family members in case it goes on.
Any more?
Good job.
Another great idea.
I like that. I like it.
Great idea.
Make it a lot easier to find your animal that you shot or anything like that instead of using a regular bow and arrow.
It's gonna cost roughly $7 to make it. We're gonna sell them for 10. We're gonna try to sell them anywhere that make archery supplies like Bass Pro Shops, Sports Academy. And even if you don't hit your deer, you can still find it.
Still find your hair, not the deer.
Our main competitor is going to be the Luminok, which it simply just lights up, and you shoot a deer in the morning time. You can't see that light all day. Okay, just a light, but you track it up on your phone, GPS, walk right up to it and find it, because you can't leave your deer out there all day. Coyotes, possum, get to the animal, and the meat's no good. It's just a complete waste of time. And well, questions.
So it's the actual arrow, not a sensor that goes on your arrow.
There's going to be a knot just like that in here, and they make them already. Sell them for $10, and there'll be a GPS right in there that's giving you your arrows.
So you would have to download an app that $7.
How are you gonna power?
Cost of the app, you know. Oh, it's going to be a free app.
How are you gonna power it? How are you gonna power it?
They'll come with a charger and so much of a wash battery, and it'll be a little longer than this one.
How are you going to distinguish between your arrow and your partner's arrow?
Well, the tips will be different. Like on the Luminox, they're clear, or they'll just be different colors. Okay.
What about, did you guys look at any legal issues with the Game and Fish about something like this?
No, sir, we sure haven't, but I'll take that into consideration.
Yeah,
I'll
that's-
get back to you with an email.
All right, that'd be something to look at. That'd be interesting to know. Good idea. Really. Yeah, I'll take pack 10 right now.
All right, thank y'all for your time.
Problem as far as so many medicines have to have counseling before the medicine is dispensed.
The only problem that we came up when we called the pharmacy was they said that usually when they give the medicine to people that they have to tell them how to take it, and that was the only thing.
But a lot of the pharmacies we called said it was a great idea, and they would love to have something like this because they have a lot of customers coming in. We actually called them, and they said they get around 200 customers a day, and that was quite a bit, so we wanted to help minimize that problem.
So is the medicine housed in the box itself, or is that thing attached to it and a pharmacist is driving medicine through the back of it? How does it work? Is the medicine in the box, like a Coke machine?
Yes.
Okay.
So it would actually sit outside of the pharmacy, like right outside of their doors, and the medicine would already be in there because that person, say they realize that they're going to be late and they can't make it to the pharmacy on time, they would call their pharmacy and they would tell them, hey, can you put this medicine in the machine, that way I can pick it up at 10 o'clock at night, and that's how that would work.
So the pharmacist is going to fulfill the script, and the script will be loaded in there
Yes, yes, sir.
if the app applies.
And this would actually increase their jobs too, because we would have more pharmacists having to put that in there, so that would help with the occupations.
You said outside, have you thought about freeze thaw, different weather climate?
No, outside of that, like, it would be in the building, but it, like, yes. Yes.
The other outside.
Yes. Thank you.
I'll sit recommend. Thank you.
All right, we just wanted to thank you all. Can we give all of our entrepreneurs a round of applause? And can we also give our panel of judges a wonderful round of applause?
As much as we made this an authentic experience and tried to model it after the TV show, it was also an educational experience. Judges, at this time we ask for your overall feedback from the 14 presentations that you saw. Positive things, things that constructive feedback that we can work on as a class and as a school.
I'm gonna tell you, it amazes me how you guys can come up with things. I try to think of things every day to make a dollar. I've created a few things in my lifetime, but I'm proud of every one of you. It's going to be a tough decision for me to pick three people classes, but I'm overwhelmed. I mean, I really am. It's amazing what you guys can come up with, and everybody done a great job. Like I said, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I'm proud of you. Everybody done a great deal. And there's some products out there that, man, I never would have dreamed of, but y'all come up with. It's good.
Following what Steve said, I mean, it just blows me away that y'all came up with this stuff. I think about when I was your age, there was no way I would have ever dreamed of doing anything like this before. You guys are pretty amazing. I mean, it's some really cool stuff to hear. As far as critiquing it, I think the only thing that I would critique would be your grammar usage. But everything else has been fantastic. I mean, you all gave great presentations. I couldn't have stood up in front of all these people when I was your age and talked the way y'all did. I'm truly proud to be from Cross County. I'm proud of all of you. Y'all are representing Cross County, and I couldn't be more proud to be from here and to represent you guys. I wish we could give you all thousands of dollars because you're going places. Just keep pushing. Good job, guys.
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't have done that either when I was in high school. I went to school right here. There's no way I could have done that. So, hey, kudos to y'all for that. I actually have a couple of patents that I own, and so I have a little bit of experience in this realm. And there's some ideas here that probably need to go forward. I mean, they're good ideas. And so you could go to Google Patent Search, and you can search that you can see all the patents that have been issued in your field. And as far as money, patents are quite expensive. You have anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000 in any one patent. And but there are some angel investment opportunities out there. There's a lot of money in the world, but there's not a lot of great ideas. So people want people like you to come up with great ideas, and they're willing to pay for them. So one is Amazon Angel Investments. Y'all can go there, and if your idea is good enough, they'll fund it. 100%, no question. You don't even have to pay them back. That's right. So good job. Go forward, move it, do it.
This sure was a lot easier this time, since I was the only judge the last time. In that case, each one of you. A couple things to keep in mind. One, I'm glad we brought agriculture and ag science, ag engineering into the whole concept, because It is a fundamental part of our infrastructure. It is an economic engine, and I think whether it's yield, production, raising, or anything else that can be applied, those are going to be the ingredients that will sustain this market as being the #1 rice producer in the world. The other thing is that, you know, great ideas are worth about $1. The implementation of those great ideas are worth millions. So I would encourage you to collaborate. Cross-collaboration on a couple of products that I saw could mean 1 + 1 = 5 by collaborating. Final thought is this: in all my experience at the college level doing these types of presentations and evaluations, keep one thing in mind as a millennial, not as a baby boomer like me, but as a millennial, as you go forward the next 25 years. People today buy a product or a service because of why you do what you do, not what you do. And I'll give you a perfect example of that. If you've seen the commercial where the gummies are placed in the ball, and the end of the commercial, you know, the guy's almost teary-eyed because it's his family, and it says, you know, when you don't think of them as gummies, it becomes important. That commercial has widely, worldwide, been rated as one of the best commercials because it identifies not, we make a great car. We have 9 cup holders, we have this engine, and we have this fuel economy. It says, we make cars that are safe. That's why we do what we do. So, use that.
I guess allow me to speak on behalf of the entire 11th grade right now. First of all, judges, thank you for your time and your insight. Second of all, thank you to the Thunderbird Foundation for your very generous support of the potentially 9 scholarships that you're going to be awarding to the class of 2017. We appreciate all that you guys do for our community and for our school.
Yeah. Also, on behalf of Mr. Bardsley and I, we are so proud of this entire 11th grade class. You guys just blew it out of the water today, and we couldn't be prouder of you guys. Your original ideas that we did not think of for you, you thought of all on your own, and we challenged you along the way. You guys are superb today, and we're really proud of you all.
At this time, the judges are going to conference. They will let you know at a further date who the winners are. Guys, if you need to unchange and go back into other things, you're welcome to do that. Just please go to this bathroom and let's stay in here for the last 10 minutes of class.